Wait. Hear me out. You saw the thumbnail. You might be one of the veteran players who have been seeing Baiken and going, "Oh! Ew! Dude!" Because legit, they took most of her old and powerful tools away. Some feel underwhelmed from Baiken's reveal because essentially, they feel like what made her cool and interesting is lost and gone. I 100% understand hardcore Baiken players how they feel with modern fighting games. You know, changing characters for a more streamlined experience. I was also a huge complainer about this when Guilty Gear Strive's betas came around. And the move that I'm talking about, it's still not in the game. I 100% hate how they literally deleted my favorite move from Guilty Gear history for a Playboy Cardi flip kick. And that move is Kai's Greed Sever. Like, if it was only in Dragon Install, I'd 100% be on the wave for it. But nope, still nowhere to be found. As a person who just loves talking about fighting games and also playing them too, I care about it looking cool first, which Guilty Gear always nailed for me. Even in most fighting games, some moves you don't do in neutral, but there are other applications for cool ass moves you either fall in love with, or if being within the neutral game, the mix, or just being unpredictable, you know? As a person who played Baiken a little bit back in the day, I do understand that she was a hard character, and that's some of the more gravitating things about playing Baiken in the other iterations of Guilty Gear. I think Arc System Works made the right approach for Baiken and Strive. I also think a lot of people forget that GGST was made more for the Guilty Gear fans rather than the hardcore Guilty Gear players. You remember all them popularity polls? Baiken was pretty much #1 in most places, if not top 5. And as her being so high, I think from a business perspective, Arc System Works knows that making one of the most popular characters, I hate to say this word because the FGC runs it to the ground and makes it sound nasty, accessible. It also doesn't help that everybody in an influencer space for Guilty Gear Strive or on other social media have been complaining about the characters not being easy to play. I'm 100% hyped for Baiken and Strive because I just love what is presented to me. I feel like I'm going through this again like I went through with BB Tag. Essentially, it's Arc System Works announces a new game, game director or game producer says the game is going to be different, then everybody plays the game, and then there's a huge vocal minority or just a lot of people saying, why doesn't this play like X? Even though I'm annoyed with this cycle, I'm also scared for the future in some regards for many players of these future fighting games or what's coming next. What if one day Arc System Works decides for not only Guilty Gear in the future, but other games like BlazBlue essentially, that the popular characters need to always be streamlined or more accessible for everyone. What if one day we get a fighting game where they take, like, for example, I don't know, Noelle from BlazBlue and even go further than BB Tag? Don't get it twisted, I love BB Tag, but that's the point I'm not making. What if they even go even further and take away more tools? However, then I realized I kinda just don't care. At the end of the day, I think I'm personally gonna just wait it out, see if she's fun enough to make me come back to Strive, and if she is fun, she just fun. I think at the end of the day, many people are forgetting that before people started looking at the depth of a game, you gotta ask yourself a question. Are you even having fun in the first place? I know for a lot of players, learning, practicing, labbing, a lot of intricate and technical things in a video game is also a part of the fun and the depth to them. However, I do feel like in my case, and from my opinion, as long as it doesn't get stale to do things in the game and it feels fun to constantly play, I have no problem with it. It was kind of frustrating seeing a lot of Guilty Gear fans on Twitter, at least the veteran ones, the Xrd players, the accent cores, and even older of the Guilty Gear series, be very disappointed in Baiken's playstyle. I think for generally most of the audience, a lot of people are going to like playing Baiken and Strive from a new perspective. A lot of people like me knew about Baiken before even ever touching Guilty Gear in their entire life. I'm not ashamed to say that now that I'm getting older, I like things to be more simple and streamlined. I'm a big fan of the easy to play, hard to master type of mindset, unless I just generally think whatever is presented in my face is fun. At the end of the day, this doesn't just apply to Guilty Gear, this applies to everything. If you like something, you're gonna learn how to play it. If it's Dark Souls, to probably playing a Pokemon game. So essentially, Baiken is changing Guilty Gear Strive in my way, or at least how I see it, is that popularity probably pretty much is going to matter and change a lot with some of the characters and how things work in future installments of Guilty Gear Strive or just Guilty Gear in general, or just entirely the whole landscape of Arc System Works when it comes to characters, DLC, and gameplay. Just a quick little video on the thought about this. I think Baiken looks amazing. I like that she is I don't know. Personally, it's hard for me to generally judge a character and break them down without actually being able to just not play the game. I also like that she just has a counter, you know, with a standard character. But for a lot of people, the uniqueness is now forever lost with Baiken. So at the end of the day, I think Baiken's going to do a lot of fun this week for the character. But at the same time, it's going to hurt a lot of people's heart that she doesn't have a lot of tools. And I understand both sides here. That being said, if you guys enjoyed this quick little discussion on topic about Baiken, how do you feel about her in Guilty Gear Strive? How do you feel about, I guess, in quotation, the simplification of fighting games, or in quotation, making characters more accessible for the general audience? Comment down below. Follow me on Twitter, avataryayaTV_. And remember, you guys are golden, and that is raw. Squalla. Peace.
I've been the devil, I need me an arc in the heart of my breathing, I feel like time's roll. Walking this bitch with a sound pack, so I'll let you rock it, I keep me a domino. Bitch, on my dick, man, I feel like a Zaki. Stretching that pussy out like it's Pilates. I'm snatching the soul like right out of a body. Fire, I'm spitting, I'm feeling like Dobby. White bitch, blonde hair, looking like Lucy. She from Kyoshi, I paint her face Suki.